very simply, how did it feel to get back into the lineup last night?
It felt great. It was great to be back with the team, and it was great to get the win there.
I know you had talked about maybe your interest in playing with Yegor Chinikov.
Yeah.
What draws you to Chinikov? What do you like about his game?
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. Marchie's great too. He's a very skilled guy. But yeah, he plays with a lot of speed. I said it last night, but the last 5 games or so, I've been out hurt in the stands, and he's a player that stood out to me. So he's been playing well, and he continued to show that last night.
What does Lundestrom bring to your guys' line as well?
He's just a smart guy out there on the ice. You always can count on him being above pucks and just being smart. He's a great guy to play with too. He talks a lot out there. He helps us out, so it's been great so far.
I know you've missed some time, but this team has won 4 out of the last 5, 4 straight on the road. What's kind of the vibe in this room right now going into this game against the Leafs?
Yeah, there's certainly things that we can improve on, but I think as a team, we're playing as one, and I think that's the most important thing. Playing, the guys here are such great guys, and it's a real team environment, and that will carry us a long way.
You guys talk about playing Blue Jackets hockey, staying on the Blue Jackets side of the puck. What does that look like? What does that mean?
Just playing smart hockey. It's a back-to-back tonight, quick turnaround, so that's going to be very important tonight. Just playing smart hockey. Not always push for plays when they're not there. Being smart with the puck, and it'll be a good test for us tonight.
You talked about maybe some things that you guys still want to iron out, some things you want to work on. What are some of those things?
I think just the turnovers sometimes, but they're simple things to fix. Nothing crazy. So the team's playing well right now, and we all can't wait for tonight.
This Maple Leafs group obviously has a lot of firepower. What do you know about this team and kind of your experience in shutting them down?
Yeah, for sure. They're a skilled group. Their power play's great. So not, taking bad calls out there to give them the advantage. But, yeah, it should be a good test.
All right, thanks for this, Miles. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dean, you referenced this after the game last night, but the ice time among your forwards certainly was so close among all 4 lines. How good does that make you feel to be able to do that, but also going into a second game after travel?
Yeah, I think the second part's more important, right? And we just went over, our matchups, and as you guys know, we're not super hard matchups, which is fantastic because we don't really care who plays against who. We'll try, as you guys heard me say before, that we try to get, D pairs more than forward pairs. But yeah, to your point of having everybody fresh today is a positive thing.
Dean, one of the unsung heroes last night was Isaac Lundestrom. I wonder if you could just talk about his contributions last night and all season long on that checking line, doing what he does to create opportunities.
Yeah, he's played extremely well in all areas. Obviously, kills penalties. Plays. Has an offensive game to him too. But is very aware defensively, and he's fit in with whoever we've played him with. So, very versatile guy, and obviously a great pickup for us.
Just his awareness to know where Zach was on that play.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and that's when you got a guy that's aware defensively and committed defensively, but yet still can have the offensive side to him, it's clearly a bonus.
Getting back to being able to roll 4 lines, how much of that, if anything, does that factor into how overtime goes and who you put out in overtime and things like that?
Our philosophy when we talk about overtime is, yes, we want to have, skilled guys, and sometimes you talk about speed and whatever, but we believe that one of the most important things is to be fresh. How many times do you see, a puck get turned over and they're just exhausted? And, Yeah, it's certainly you want to have your top guys playing, but if they're tired, they can't do what they're supposed to do or capable of doing. So our thought process is to try to play as many people that we can so that we're fresh, which we did last night, in that overtime period.
And then just a couple quick ones. Elvis tonight?
Yep.
Okay, and then Goodbranson, is he available, or can we get an update?
No, he's not. He's not going to play today. He's getting evaluated today, and then we'll see what happens. But he will not play this evening.
Dean, when you started the season with Wood and Aston Reese on either side of Lundestrom, that line had a certain feel to it. How does it change with Chinikov in there, and how are you using it differently with the different skill sets in there?
It doesn't change at all because Chinny has to play the exact same way as everybody plays, and he has done that, and that's why he's still in our lineup, right? Everybody has to play the exact same way. Like we've challenged, like Marchenko's our top goal scorer. If he doesn't work and compete and win his one-on-one battles and be strong defensively, then we're going to have a problem. And so it doesn't matter like what you designate as your first line or your fourth line or what have you. That's not an area for discussion. It's you play the exact same way regardless of where and who you play with.
But just kind of looking at some statistics last night, it looked like Christensen and Fabro had a pretty good night last night. Christensen gets thrown in there at the last second. Yeah. I guess how nice is it to have a D-core, the full 7 guys who've all been here last year, and they all know each other, and you can just throw any of them in.
Yeah, depth, obviously, we've talk about it all the time, and to have depth and, guys that, as you said, you can go up and down our roster, forget about just the D. Besides the 3 guys, everybody's very familiar with how we play and what we do. So, yeah, it should be, seamless, and regardless, who cares if you didn't get your nap or whatever, it's hockey, and so Chrissy was on the bike, we got him off the bike, he put his gear on, he played. It's not rocket science, this game.
Dean, after their off-season changes, how different is this Leafs team to prepare for?
Yeah, they're still incredibly skilled, right? So yeah, we're preparing the exact same way we prepare for every team. Obviously, we go through a pre-scout, routine, and we have some thoughts on how and what we do as far as playing against a particular team. But end of the day, we got to play how we play, and if we do that, we believe we'll have a chance to have success. It's a lot of cliches, eh?